Hey everyone, it's your boy DK Bones here in the early morning, June 18th, 2025. Episode 5 of The Bones Are Talking. I don't know how many people are awake at this time watching, but I'm here. So let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the article on comicbookmovie.com. Just a little conversation starter. If they're asking five more actors who could play, or I should say actresses, who could play DC Studios, Diane Prince, and DCU. And I have a couple other ones that I don't think are on this list. But let's get down to this article, and I'll leave my comments as we go or after the article. With all signs pointing towards Wonder Woman finally being a priority for DC Studios, we are taking a look at 5 actors we believe would be a wonderful choice to bring Diane Prince back to theaters in DCU. Recent weeks have seen DC Studios co-CEO James Gunn provide some long overdue updates about where things stand with DCU's Wonder Woman reboot. The script is being written, and the characters appear to be the priority for Superman director. We're likely we're likely still a long way off casting news given where things stand, but that doesn't mean we can't speculate about who should suit up for Diane Prince. So let's just get down to the people they chose. Melissa Barrera. Melissa Barrera. Let's see what she was in. She's an attractive woman. Melissa Barrera breakout role was as Sam Carpenter in Scream franchise. She later delivered impressive performance in movies like In the Heights and Abigail. I think I remember seeing her in Abigail. She was dropped from Scream 7 for weighing in on the Israel-Gaza conflict. The decision was widely criticized. Still, Gunn's no stranger to courting controversy on social media. We are already seeing the moviegoers don't want to see Brad blacklisted from having an opinion. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. You're gonna blacklist her because of her opinion. I mean, is she Israeli? Maybe I'm not sure. She's Palestinian or Israeli, but she's an attractive woman. Barrera has become a firm fan favorite for the role of Wonder Woman. I say Superwoman. Wonder Woman in recent weeks. It's not hard to see why. She has the right exotic look to portray Diane Prince, and is a star on the rise, waiting for the next breakout role. I give her about a 7 or 8. She's a very pretty woman, and that's their number 5. So we got her at number 5. Let's see who's number 4. Anna de Armas. I think she's too short, but she's pretty. She's a pretty girl. She's too short for the role, in my opinion. Anna de Armas put herself on the map with a hit-turning performance in Blade Runner 2049. Later, showed more of her capability thanks to standout roles at Knives Out, Blonde, and No Time to Die. John Wick spin-off Ballerina wasn't a home run, but it did cement Aramis as someone capable of leading her own action franchise. The level of badassery in the movie, along with No Time to Die, is enough to convince us that she's capable of being one of them. I think she has the look, but she's just too short to play the role, in my opinion. But she's very, she can look the part. Number 3, May Kamawai. Oh, she played in Moon Knight. Let me step away real quick because my dogs are going to start acting a fool again. Let's step away from Sorry about that. Again, number 3, May Calamai. Calamai. I'm saying it wrong, probably. Perhaps known for her role in Layla El Folia and Scarlet Scarborough and Marvel Studios' Moon Knight. May, I'm butchering, I'm just going to call her May, was cut from Gladiator 2 due to some time constraints and deserving redemption with another blockbuster role. She's very pretty. Why not Wonder Woman? The Egyptian and Palestinian actress feels like she could bring a level of authenticity to the role that some of the other listed might struggle to achieve. And with Marvel Studios wasting her, why not pick to distinguished competition? She is very, yeah. I actually see her too as Wonder Woman. She has curly hair, but yeah, I mean, you can straighten it. I don't know how tall she is, but she can look the part. She can definitely look the part. Monica Barabo. I don't know. This is not a good picture for her. No, I'm not seeing it. Monica name is one of we've seen brought up along with Wonder Woman for a while now. After showing the world what she's capable of with memorable turn in Top Gun Maverick. Oh yeah, see, I remember her now. Yeah, this is not a good picture of her. She's taken on lead roles in Fubar and Complete Unknown, present in both. Go straight into the world of action. Barabo or Monica, because I'm butchering all these girls' last names, would be exciting addition to DCU and fine choice for Wonder Woman. She also classically trained in ballet, meaning she's likely to bring a flair to action scenes that few actors can without a stunt person. Barbara has some name recognition now that her star is rising, but is unknown enough to carry any distracting baggage, which they don't need. They don't need any baggage with Wonder Woman. That would reduce the pressure on the actress and help potentially reach new heights as a fan favorite comic book character. That was number 2. They got it as number 1. Connor Leslie. Connor Leslie. This might be decisive, but stick with us. Divisive. Stick with us. Connor Leslie has been seen primarily on television with solid turns in the likes of Man in the High Castle, Shots Fired, and The Blacklist. However, many of you will know her best for playing Donna Troy in Wonder Girl. Well, that is true. I think she's too short too. She took a role in Titans and Doom Patrol, proving herself a highlight of corner of DC Universe that was nothing if not hit or miss. Casting her as Iron Prince would be a little on the nose, but it's not like Titans was a mega hit. I mean, many fans likely even missed it. Leslie showed she has what it takes to play Wonder Woman in the series, and a few more acting credits to her name since it was canceled. We believe she's now at the right stage of her career to return to this world in a much bigger capacity. And that is it of their list. Out of the 5 women in this list, only 2 of them I really like. I like her. Number 3, May. I think she's too short. I like her as an actress. That's pretty bad. And I like her a lot. But the list that I saw on Facebook, I'm gonna share this with you guys. I'm gonna share it back with you to get off. Notes. These 4 actresses. Well, 3 of them I think look really, really good. And I'm not even going to try to their last names. Anna Maria from Romania, actress. She's 5'7". I think she would be a good fit. Margaret Qualley, American actress. She's 5'8". I think she's too thin. Like, yeah, she's too thin. I really like these two at the bottom. Jessica Green, Australian actress, 5'9", and I believe she's 5'7". I think they got it wrong with her height, but Anika Needham, I think she's very pretty. These two at the bottom, I think they have the look. And I don't remember her in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'll have to go back and look. But these two are gorgeous women. Anyway, that's my take on the what they're trying to choose for Wonder Woman. Well, rumor or people's picks. Those are my pick, my favorite. Those two at the bottom of that list. If you like what you hear so far, hit the like button, subscribe, share. I'm just trying to get out there and get people to watch. The next article I want to go on into is still staying with DC. Is Mr. Clayface. I share this. Coming on comicbookmovie.com, DC Studios Clayface has officially found its lead star. We know which Clayface he's playing. Oh, so they found DC Studios has finally found Clayface lead star, but it's not the one. Four actors recently named as frontrunners for the role. We also have word on which version of the character the actor will play. All right. It's recently reported that search of Clayface lead have come down to 4 actors: Jack O'Connell, 28 years later; Tim Blythe, The Hunger Games, The Ballet of Song, Hunger Games, just say that; Leo Woodall, White Lotus; and George McKay, 1917. I haven't seen him in anything in a long time since that movie. Well, it turns out to be none of them. DC Studio CEO James Gunn has confirmed that Welsh actor Tom Rhys-Harris will take on the role in Clayface, with Rap's Roberto Gonzalez reporting that he'll play the Matt Hagen version of the villain. I don't know too much about Clayface. While Harris is a relatively unknown, he's racked up credits in Apple TV's Suspicion, as well as The Return, Kandar, and The Gentleman. Born in Hartford, Wales, Harris attended the Royal. I'm just going into a story. James Gunn and Peter Safran are producing Clayface along with director Matt Reeves, Batman Matt Reeves. Let's get into more of the juice of the article. In the comics, Hagen was the second Clayface, an adventurer who turned into a monster after encountering a radioactive pool of protoplasm. This was changed for Batman, the anime series, where he was portrayed as an actor who used a anti-aging cream to look younger. After getting on the wrong side of the creator, Roland Daggett Hagen is also in Nevada with the stuff and becomes the Clayface you all know from the comics. Yeah, I remember that episode. Wow, it's almost so long ago. We don't know what it means for Basil Karlo, or who Clayface we saw meet his grisly demise in Creature Commando last year was. Let's see. I'm just rambling now. Talking about Clayface earlier in the year, James Gunn, one of the things, I think we read this from the other article, but this is the guy who's going to play him. So, they found an actor. I guess everything's in motion for Clayface. When does this come out? Slate to come out next September 2026. So, yeah. So, it's going to be a horror flick. And kind of looking for something different. Kind of looking for, I don't know if they can pull it off, but we'll see. We'll see how the visual effects and everything turn out for this. So yeah, that is Clayface. Clayface. All right. Moving on to our next topic. We're just moving right along. I have nobody watching, but it's all good. I'm here, and I just like doing this for fun. It's real stress relief from my my daily job. I like streaming, talking about stuff I love. So here we go. We're going to be talking about. I'm going to stay with DC. Well, we're going to DC slash going into Marvel. Um, Mr. James Gunn himself. All right. So James Gunn is. I don't know if he's really slamming Marvel in this article or not, but he's putting out their information. James Gunn clarifies Marvel's slam. They were screwed, not dead. All right. James Gunn is clearing the air about his recent controversial comments in Rolling Stone interview. James Gunn said Marvel was killed by corporate mandates and the push for constant content, which kills a lot of stuff. Just because you put a lot of things out there doesn't mean it's good. You want, what's the saying? You want quality over quantity. So it's just like having a business. You don't want to hire just a bunch of people just to put them in there. You want to have quality workers. So you're paying, for instance, if you're paying a quality worker that can do 5 people's job, you want that person over 5 people that barely want to come to work or do the job that's assigned to them. And that's what Marvel's been giving us, all the crap after Endgames, all the crap pushing stuff on the streaming, movies that didn't make any sense and follow any kind of storyline, just because you wanted to fit a certain narrative or check certain boxes. It doesn't work. So now on the third, as he clarifies what he meant, that Marvel isn't dead, but they were absolutely screwed by decisions he says were out of control. Yep. They were screwed by this situation. Responding to a fan's thread who complained about Marvel's remarks, Gunn explained to be clear, whereas it is clear to the content of the interview. I did say it killed them like they're over, but they were screwed by the situation they had no control over. Yep. He went on to criticize what he says in streaming first mentality that dominated the industry for the last few years. Yeah, they're just pushing crap out onto streaming, and we'll get into it a little later. More crap they put on the streaming this past year that's just straight garbage. It's not just Marvel; it's a lot of studios doing that. Star Wars, I think they're dead. They're cooked. The sacrifice everything for streaming craze killed many good things by forcing a demand on content that couldn't possibly be met, putting movies on TV before they were properly theoretically run, or much more, Gunn says. He's been spot on with that. Gunn added things are improving. Insanity has died down and the balance out everywhere, thank God, he said. So this is from somebody else. I said this before, but just as I dislike the people who think everything post Avengers game was trash, I also dislike the people who don't see anything wrong with anything post Endgame. Like they think the issue are minimal and not worth mentioning. In the past few months, we've marveled themselves Feige. Now even like James Gunn saying, yes, there was definitely something wrong. It's okay to talk about this. We don't have to save face to spite the other. I agree with that. Yeah, it's for people to say there's nothing wrong with the quality of stuff that's coming out last year, especially with Marvel, past couple of years, especially after Endgame. You got to be insane because you got to look at the box office. How much money are you getting from these movies compared to what you were getting before? It keeps declining and nobody's showing up. Even when you do put something quality out, like I heard the Thunderbolts was a decent movie, but nobody wants to go see it anymore because you damaged the brand. Gunn's quote, to be clear. Oh, I already read that. So yeah, Star Wars, Marvel. This is the crap they put out in the past couple of years, and nobody wants to see it. It was garbage. You just check boxes. You're just checking boxes. Is it too much content really to blame? Blaming too much content seems to be an excuse everyone in the industry for why basically everything except for Netflix has fell on streaming. However, too much content really, however, is too much content really to blame? It's not just too much content; it's quality content, in my opinion. As a reply to Gunn's response on the threads, too much content isn't what killed them. Agenda ahead of the story. There's a lesson to be learned how to work out. Agenda ahead of the story. So they don't even have the stories written out, and I still think Marvel's um, uh, messing up with this because it's rumors. If the rumors are true, uh, they're still working on the script for Doctor Doom, and they're filming it right now. That makes no sense. Too much content isn't the reason Marvel told its creators not to read the comics while developing DC Plus shows. Too much content is also not the reason why they decided to adapt years' worth of crappy comics into the MCU. And that is spot on. This whole paragraph is spot on. They use crap with She-Hulk. They use this crap that's coming up with Ironheart. Stuff that doesn't Agatha all along. For what? What purpose do they have in the MCU? If you want to do something on the side, just put it on freaking Disney Channel. But to misuse Marvel, you got all this other content that people are interested in and you can make money off of just because you wanted to check boxes. It's insane. Insane. Too much content isn't why Benedict Cumberbatch wasn't allowed to appear in WandaVision. Wow, I didn't know that. Why they used American Chavez in Multiverse of Madness. Why Anthony Mackie became the new Captain America. Why Haley Steinfeld became the new Hawkeye. Why She-Hulk did what it did. Why there was ever a Miss Marvel series. Why Secret Invasion failed. I forgot about that crap. And why Daredevil and Morgan emasculated both Daredevil and the Kingpin. This article is like spot on. Yeah. They did all that crap and you lost fans. And you're still losing fans. This is just for Marvel that loads of other examples are throughout other streaming services in Hollywood. Now they broke Surprise. Yeah. They're losing money. And they're also including Gunn himself, which included genres like Creature Commandos, which makes no sense at all. No, it didn't make any sense to me either. It looks to be included in Superman. Yep. I'm curious if Gunn will come out and talk about the Marvel's DEI mandates. Did Gunn change Cosmo into a female? Into a female have anything to do with the story? Did any of the above examples have anything to do with the story? Why not make Crypto female? Asking how to work out. And this guy is spot on. And they killed their brand. They killed their brand. And this is from the inside. And there's probably more to the story than just what Gunn is saying. He's probably just being nice because he still has friends over there at Marvel. But they destroyed Marvel. Absolutely destroyed with the crap they put out there. The bull crap they put out there. Anyways, that's enough of that article. Again, if you like what you hear, hit the like button, share, comment. I'm not sure anybody's really watching, but it's cool. I'm still on here talking. Next article I want to get into is Blade himself. That's a real short article coming on Cosmic Book News. Matthew McGloin. Original Blade writer laughs at MCU struggles. It's a simple story. Yeah, it's added on to what this was supposed to come out this year. And it's dead in the waters, I guess. I don't know what they're doing. Also bringing celebrating the 20th anniversary of Batman Begins. David S. Goyer says that he can't understand why Marvel can't get Blade right, as it's pretty simple concept. That's not all, as Goyer also questions why MCU would bring back Wesley Snipes when they were supposedly launching their own franchise with Mahershala Ali, where he wrote the Blade movies starring Snipes and even directed the third. Third wasn't all that, but Blade is, yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to write this. What does Goyer say? Goyer appeared on Josh Horowitz YouTube channel was asked about comic book movies. Goyer was last involved in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and hasn't touched a CBM since. He says he's not into comic book plays right now, and he does not follow all the social media chatter, including how his fans want him back on Blade for MCU. But he says while he thinks it would be fun, that he already did the definite Blade, which I think, dude, him saying that he's not following the social media chatter, I think that's a bunch of load. Especially with this article coming out, he probably knows that they killed Blade off, Ali's Blade off, and like he said, put Snipes in the Daredevil movie. I mean, not Daredevil, Deadpool. Goyer agrees Blade is a simple story. What's the problem? Worse, then questions Goyer about why Marvel can't crack Blade, and that's insane. Goyer agrees, saying, I don't either, because in my mind, I think Blade is a relatively simple story. It's not complicated. Goyer should be simple. He continued, I always think about when you embark on a movie like this, you have to distill down what is the promise of the movie. So the promise of Blade, the new Blade, is that it should be have an insane ass kicking. It should be pretty scary. Might be R-rated. Might be R-rated. Should be R-rated. It should not be complicated. It should be a simple story. Yeah, that's the thing, is they putting too much crap into some of these movies and they're making it more than it needs to be. It's an action movie. It's supposed to get our minds away from things. Stop making it harder. You got content. You got comics you can follow. Yeah, it is. So I don't know why it's been so hard. I have no idea why. I'm baffled. I sat on the sidelines, and Mahershala Ali is an amazing actor. I don't know why. Goyer says bringing back Snipes just adds to confusion regarding Snipes, who returned in Deadpool Wolverine. Goyer question mark will bring back the version of Blade. Says he's not involved at all with the MCU. I can understand why, because it was Blade part of Fox. Anyways, they're killing off all the Fox stuff. I thought it was cool too, but it was confusing also. If you're trying to do another one, say Goyer, yeah, it may have just been an acknowledgement that, yeah, we can't crack it right now. I have no idea, haven't been involved in the conversations. But they were supposed to be already filming that movie, and they already had breakdowns in that movie, making that movie at the time that was coming out, I believe. I may be wrong. Why is Marvel what is Marvel's problem with Blade? Regarding why Blade has been developed, hell, reports offer that Marvel was going the route Kevin Feige has gone post-Endgame, as they plan on replacing Blade with his teenage daughter. Oh gosh. Like they did in the comics. So why even hire Ali? Reporter Mahershala Ali, a two-time Oscar winner, clashed with Marvel and pushed back against the concept of developing on Blade has stalled. And that's the problem right there. Kevin Feige is an idiot. And he has no idea what he's doing. And he's destroying Marvel. Keeps on destroying Marvel. Freaking idiot, man. So yeah, there's your story on Blade, man. That's why it's not getting done. They wanted to do the female version. They just need to get some of these people away from these shows because they're not helping at all. Not at all. So there's my Blade story, and we're gonna stick with everybody's favorite show that's coming on Disney Plus. Gets the blessing from Robert Downey Jr. We're talking about Miss Ironheart. How much did Marvel pay Robert Downey Jr. to shield for Ironheart? And let me see. Yeah, we're gonna keep going on. We're gonna read two parts to this Ironheart. How much did they pay him? It looks as if part of Robert Downey's mammoth $100 million Marvel deal to return to MCU is a desperate attempt to save the franchise, including promoting Ironheart, or Iron Fart, as I call it. For the second time, the former Iron Man gets replaced by Riri Williams. Riri Williams, the comics, promotes the upcoming Ironheart series coming to Disney Plus next week, which I'm looking forward to. You can't tell me Robert Downey Jr. is doing this for free. Seriously? No, he's not doing it for free. They just paid him all that money. Robert Downey Jr. surprises Ironheart cast on Good Morning America. Gosh. The cast of Ironheart, Demi Thorne, Anthony Ramos appeared on Good Morning America to promote the series as if they all didn't know. They were surprised when Robert Downey Jr. appeared and had video message from set of Avengers Doomsday. You gotta be kidding me, man. Downey Jr. cracks a joke about Ramos' character replacing him as Dr. Doom. Ramos plays the Hood, so the villain of the series is the Hood. Downey tells Thorne that he couldn't be happy to see her bring Riri Williams to life and forms a heart with his fingers, saying, "Long story short, Iron Man loves Ironheart." They got the clip. This is a joke, man. And they're going to dog this show. This article does a better job than I did. Last month, Thorne revealed that Downey approves of the series, as she told Empire, Robert Downey Jr. and I spoke just after we wrapped, and he shared some very lovely words about my journey. He told me how excited he was, and he's rooting for me. I really got thumbs up, really short reassurance to know you're not embarrassing Iron Man. So I don't even have to go into the other thing because it's all in this article. She added, I can only request her character is compared to Tony Stark. Oh gosh. She's a dumpster diver, whereas Tony Stark was a billionaire. What she's able to accomplish is remarkable. Okay. And this is the big controversy now. First drag queen of MCU. The reveals of MCU's first drag queen, Shia Khalid, confirmed the plot is about gangsters turned activists in Chicago, which is what Ramos previously said. Oh, here we go. I help a group of urban Robin Hoods take away from the privilege, help get back to the community, Shia says. I'm there to help out on all missions that go down, trying to shift the power dynamic in this version of Chicago we see in the show. I can go on a long tangent about that, but I'll leave that alone. Marvel, desperate for a hit following a string of failures, Marvel had used both Charlotte Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio to shield for Ironheart. And of course, Ryan Coogler, previously sold out as well, executive produces. This crap comes out June 24th. I'm trying to get the Nielsen raise. Oh, gosh. And then speaking of the I first look at RuPaul's Drag Race Shia Khalid's secret character reveal. So they were just giving us Gosh. Marvel's Ironheart is set to premiere later this month, next week. It can't be easy to forget how long this series has been in development. We first got word RuPaul's Drag Race winner Shia Cooley had nabbed a secret role in the show back in 2022, and are now finding out some details about her character. So I think they filmed the show like 3 years ago, and they're just putting it out now. EW shared a first look at Cooley's character and Fierce Hackton, who goes by the nickname Slug. I already read that from the other article. This is crazy, man. Crazy. I'm not going to read all this, but yeah, here we go. This is what we're talking about. They're putting all this crap into Disney, or to Marvel or MCU, and they're hoping to get fans back. And they're not going to get them back. And he sold out. He sold out. They all sold out, man. Marvel's, yeah, they're killing themselves, man. They're killing themselves, definitely. Anyways, enough about Marvel. Let's get into, well, we're going to stay with Disney, the Disney kick. Let's get into Miss Kathleen Kennedy. Lucas president Kathleen Kennedy says Star Wars is now focused on standalone stories. On attending a screening for the first print of George Lucas' 1977 Star Wars film, Kathleen Kennedy says the franchise is moving away from trilogies in favor of standalone stories. Maybe because your trilogies have been crap. Your last trilogy was dog water. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy recently offered a fascinating insight into the future direction of Star Wars saga. Speaking at last week's screening of the original 1977 print of Star Wars London, Kennedy shed a light on how the studio is approaching the franchise in post-Rise of Skywalker era. Which, this print, I heard that Lucas didn't want them to put this out there. And I don't understand. She's something else. I don't. The stuff that people build up, and I'm watching from Marvel, Star Wars, and all these Star Trek, James Bond, and I get it. You know, times change and everything, but to the way they're doing it, like, just make your stuff, but don't talk trash about the original creators. You're building off of it. You're making money off of what they created, and I think it's a big. I think a lot of them are doing it, especially this lady right here. She said, "I don't think there's another one like it. It's rare." Kathleen introduces my film. I'm not even playing her article. Kennedy told the audience, "I really think that now we are in a position where it broaden the possibility of the stories and filmmakers we can bring in to tell the stories that mean something to them." So you're going to do just, I'll finish in a minute. It doesn't necessarily have to connect to everything, little thing that, it doesn't necessarily have to connect to every little thing that's been done in Star Wars. It can actually be a standalone story that then builds into many, many other stories. So basically, you're telling me you guys can't make trilogies anymore, because your trilogies you made from Rise of Skywalker, The Force Awakens, and I forget the other one that was in there. They were crap because they didn't flow like their original trilogy. So you can't do it anymore. So you're like, oh well, we'll just make one and then we'll try to figure it out. That's what you basically did with those trilogies of to 7, 8, and 9. It was crap, bull crap. Still trying to recreate the magic of the original trilogy. This suggests a strategic shift in Lucasfilm that's now focused on more standalone narratives that are strictly beholden to every past continued detail, potentially opening the door for greater creative freedom and diverse storytelling. In other news, so this is the slate they have coming out. Next May, Star Wars and Mandalorian Grogu. 27, Star Wars Starfighter, and they still don't have a release date for Rise of Skywalker sequel. So, yeah, just like Marvel, Star Wars is doomed, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't see Star Wars doing anything great. Boy, it's just sad to see something that I grew up with, see what it's become, because you got mismanagement of people not knowing their audience or not knowing their fans, just because you're trying to open the door for other fans. But by bashing the fans that paid and made Star Wars what it is, it's just disgusting. Anyways, let's move on to Universal. Their big movie they got coming out this year. Just share a little bit of Jurassic World. The last Jurassic World, I think that was that the Kingdom one, or I forget which one it was. It was horrible. I like how they try to bring everybody back, but I wasn't feeling it at all. So you got Jurassic World Rebirth. Let's see if they can bring the fans back. Senate TV spots. We're just going to show some of the TV spots, some of the stills. The global press tour kicking off today. A brand new 90-second trailer for Jurassic World Rebirth has been released, offering an extended look at a pair of terrifying new sequences. Universal has unreleased said that. It just says global press tour started, and footage, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Over the next 2 weeks, studio will send its headline trio Scarlett Johansson, which I think she is amazing. Mahershala Ali, I like him a lot, and Jonathan Bailey on a whirlwind tour through London, Berlin, New York, Shanghai, and Seoul. World premiere lands in London tonight, June 17th, that was last night. So be aware of spoilers. Early reactions could be flooding the internet as soon as this evening. First has debuted a 16-bit game for the film. I didn't know that. Let's go over the cast. Play the trailer. I'm gonna get hit. If you want to watch the trailer, I'll put it in the link. Let's see. Play about the some of it. It's like your typical Jurassic World or Jurassic Park. You got the either as a raptor or T-Rex or what's it? It's the flying ones. You know what they are. That doesn't even look like a is that a pterodactyl? I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a mutant mix of pterodactyl and a raptor. Yeah. What the hell are those things? Yeah, it looks like they're mutating all these ones. I don't remember those Spinosaurus. I used to be into dinosaurs a lot when I was a kid. I have a feeling he's gonna die. this movie. It's my opinion. I wonder if this is at the end of the movie or the beginning. That's crazy. So there you go. I don't know what this other video is, but let's check it out. Oh, this is the original trailer. So yeah, um, there you go. Jurassic World Rebirth. I'm still debating on it. It might be a last minute buy a ticket for it and buy tickets in advance for this, but I might go check it out. I mean, it's dinosaurs. Gotta make sure I have my sunglasses so people don't see me closing my eyes. I'm just joking. Yeah, I'll probably go see this. Is coming out July 1st, July 2nd, July 2nd. So yep. That was your Jurassic World. I think I'm gonna finish before an hour. And then some other big raid going on. It's the let's see. The Master Universe. So they're I guess they got some screenshots. I guess they just wrapped up this past week. Master Universe actors sharing teasers glimpses of their Moss Man and Trapjaw looks. Two supporting cast members of the live-action Master Universe movie has shared behind-the-scenes photos featuring teaser first looks at their respective characters. Now, the upcoming Action Master Universe movie from Mattel and Amazon MGM Studios. Oh gosh, let's see if they can turn things around. I'm having hope because Amazon is holding on to a James Bond. We need a masculine James Bond. Anyways, we're talking about Master Universe set to feature a lot of characters. It would probably take less time to list the heroes and villains that wouldn't appear from the original anime series storyline and various comic book runs, including a few fairly obscure allies of He-Man. Steven Adente is set to play Moss Man. Recently took to social media to announce that he has finished filming his scenes while also sharing a BTS look at the practical costume he'll don in Eternity as Guardian of the Natural World. Now I heard it's supposed to be on Earth, which I don't understand. Just put it on Eternia. Don't just create that world. Moss Man only made 2 appearances in the 80s cartoon as a spy who could camouflage himself by transferring into a plant. The original's origins were in the comics and later anime shows, reimagining the character as one of the most powerful beings in Eternia. Yeah, because I was remembering as a kid, I don't remember him in the cartoon that much. Sam C. Wilson, meanwhile, will appear as one of He-Man's most recognizable foes, Trapjaw. As you can see, Wilson also posted a close-up shot of his eye, but the image does not confirm Skeletor's wizard's weapons retain his green eye face. Trapjaw, or Trapjaw, as he's known in animated series, was a criminal known as Cronus who arrived at Eternia from another dimension. 2002 anime series This is slightly to make him an enemy of Skeletor, who lost his jaw and arm in battle with the villain before agreeing to align with him after being fitted with a steel jaw and an interchangeable appendix. So let's look at these people. This is Moss Man. Yeah, I don't remember him in the freaking original cartoon. He-Man. I guess it looks alright. It doesn't show too much. His pictures are blurry. Trap Jaw. It shows his eye. Doesn't show his jaw or anything. Got the fake. Yeah, it just shows his eye. Got the fake. And then there, I guess I got another image that says, "Could this be Man of Arms at Arms?" They don't really showing any much. And this comes out. When does this come out? Next summer, next June. So a year from now. But also, they got pictures of Camila Mendez as Tila. I'm not going to read this article. Probably basically going over the same thing. But this is her in her outfit eating a burger. It looks pretty spot on. The outfit does. I wish they show her just regular. I think they send it off. So why didn't they just show her in her outfit? So just, I don't know. Anyways, that is my Master of the Universe spill. The Master Universe spill. Anyways, my next topic is Mr. I don't know how to do that. This rumor that's going out. What's going on with Mr. People have been sharing this about James Bond 007. They're saying Aaron Pierre is one of the names being considered for the next James Bond. Thoughts? And this is what everybody's been. There's a response. Henry Cavill. Okay. Yeah, everybody wants Henry Cavill. I can see him as it too. But yeah, I think that's all. My thoughts are, and just keep him as a white guy. And us black guys, we'll figure out our own spy. Just keep him as. I don't see why we got a race swap. I mean, I like this guy. I think he's the new Green Lantern, John Stewart. But yeah, it's not needed. That's my opinion. Let me know your opinions about this. All right, we're coming up on my last couple articles, and it has to do with Mr. Schwarzenegger. Let's see. All right, Arnold Schwarzenegger on how Glenn Powell's Running Man remake can surpass the original. Let's see how, I mean, money-wise, maybe. I really like, I don't know how many times I watched The Running Man as when I was younger. But this is Arnold's take. Maybe he's trying to just boost the movie up for these guys. Arnold Schwarzenegger gets candid about the things in Running Man adaptation lacked and how the upcoming remake can surpass his version. Edgar Wright and Glenn Powell's upcoming remake of Running Man is officially set to hit theaters on November 7th. How come we haven't seen any trailers or anything for it yet? That's my question. Of course, upon release, it was it will be instantly weighed and measured against 1987 cult classic, which starred Arnold Schwarzenegger. An adaptation of Stephen King's novel, as its fans, Schwarzenegger himself recently spoke about how the remake has the opportunity to improve on what came before. In a new interview with CBR, Schwarzenegger discussed the upcoming remake, touching on some weak points of the original that he thinks Wright and Powell's film can improve upon. Says Schwarzenegger, quote, Running Man was one of the movies that I think it would have been great if we would have been better prepared for this movie, if we would have had more money for this movie, and if we would have had then the visual effects, the technology visual effects that they have today. All of those things I wish after the movie came out, I felt like it could have been better. Yeah, I get that, but they did what they. The thing was they did what they had, and they made a good movie. He continued, it was great, but it could have been better. I think they have a good chance now with the new Running Man to make it better. And I hope for their sake and for my sake, I hope they will be successful. I think the problem is masculinity, and it's missing from a lot of these movies. And people may disagree with me, that's fine. But in that movie, it was so much masculinity in it. Like, you can tell, like, a lot of those guys probably doing steroids or whatever, but you can tell it was a lot of masculinity. And then I guess I can't discount the females that were in the movie, but for the most part, I think that's what's going to be missing in this new movie. The original 1987 film star Schwarzenegger also took significant liberties with Stephen King's novel. However, Powell and Wright's project promised a more faithful adaptation, including a depiction of Ben Richards as the average everyman individual he is in the book. Let's go over who's in the movie. Is Josh Brolin in it? Oh, wow. So it might, Josh Brolin, Mike Sierra, Lee Pace, Emily Jones, William H. Macy, Katie O'Brien. There's a lot of females in this. Brolin said to play a producer of the show, with Dominic Domingo playing the show's host. Pace playing one of the Peter's hunters tasked with hunting down the game's contestants. This might be interesting. I'm gonna see a trailer for it. I need to drop a trailer. Anyways, yeah, they need to drop a trailer for that. Anyway, speaking of Schwarzenegger, he went on The View. Everybody's been playing this on X. Let's see if there's some volume in here. And they try to bait him into this question. And I like his response. I didn't get the whole interview, but here we go. Let me see if I find one without. Oh, crap. It has some music on it. Let's see. Probably gonna get hit for music. Anyways, I'm gonna keep playing it. Sorry about that, folks. She tried to put her hand on his shoulder, like, all right, well, that's not what we brought you on here for. But he was an immigrant. He knows what value America has. Like, he had nothing. She tried to cut him off a couple times too. They don't like that. Yeah, I don't think they like that. I don't know what was said after that, but okay. I thought I was sharing it. Anyways, like, maybe I won't get hit for it. But yeah, that was on the View either yesterday or the day before. And I don't think they liked it. Anyway, this is your boy DK Bones with episode 5 of The Bones Are Talking. Like I said, I probably didn't get any people to watch tonight or this morning, but this is what I like to do. I'll be putting videos out here and there. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, uh, share, leave a comment. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. I'm just trying to put my name out there and see what happens. Anyways, your boy DK Bones, and I'm out. See you.